Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. Right, we are here for the first match that we are going to get to see for a medal in the Olympic Women's Sevens. It is going to be between the Fiji Seven sides, Fijiana, taking on Great Britain, who have been in some very good form as of late. Both of these sides have, but only one of them will be taking the bronze medal. But if you do enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm very excited for this matchup. I feel like it is going to be a fast-paced side in Great Britain versus a hard-hitting side in Fiji. We have got Go Fiji Go in the chat from Suala, and also Dosa Viti in the chat from Izka Roy. So it could go either way here. 30 degrees at the moment there at Tokyo Stadium, 55% humidity. They're going to have to make sure that they have plenty of refreshments at halftime because of the fact that this is going to be a very fatiguing game for both of these sides. We saw in the game between Fiji and New Zealand that some of the players looked like they were almost out on their feet after that full-time, extra time, I should mention, that they did go to. But both of these sides throughout their competition have played five, won three, and lost two. So it's going to be very exciting to see who is going to be able to get this win. But be sure to let me know in the chat who you think will be winning this one between Great Britain and Fiji now, as we see New Zealand and France are going to be taking on each other just after this match. But it looks like a beautiful day there at Tokyo Stadium. No signs of any delays, which is great to see. Let's go Fiji, says Chris Sarah, and also go Fiji, says Davida. Come on Fiji, says Davini, and also good day to you, Hamish, and everybody in the chat team, GB, as well from Sebastian and Hey Fam, from Tesla and Hey Lads. How are you from Davida? Tell you what, we got a lot of people here already. Hopefully you guys are all excited for this match, because it should be a very good one indeed. I will show the polls once again. That's something that I've been doing throughout this competition. New Zealand going to be taking on France, both of them finishing top of Pool A and Pool B. The two sides that finished in second of Pool A and Pool B here, Great Britain and Fiji, going to be taking each other on. Should be a very exciting game. And I see that Fiji only actually have 12 names there on their team sheet. I'm not too sure who they would be missing. I don't think they've got Tine, if I'm not wrong. But at this stage, they had an unfortunate opening game up against France where they did lose that one, but then they beat Canada, they beat Brazil, they qualified over Australia, which was a massive upset because of the fact that Australia won the gold medal at Rio, and then unfortunately just coming up short in the extra time up against New Zealand. There we have got, where's the brother Marco? I'm sure he will tune in very soon as well. Fiji is going to win, I knew that as well, says Davida, although Great Britain, they have got some very good players. The likes of Jasmine Joyce, she has been a pocket rocket out on that wing. Anytime she touches the ball, she is scoring tries because of that insane pace that she has got. Aitchison also playing pretty well. Meg Jones has been having a very assertive role in the midfield for Great Britain as well. But then looking at the Fijian lineup, Aluna Sale, great game up against New Zealand. Also, Nkothi playing very well. And then the always dangerous Riwai is available as well. Let's go Fiji, says Sam. And at this stage, we are only around maybe 2 minutes or so away from this one taking place. Actually, they've only gone with 12 as well here for Great Britain. So maybe I just got my maths wrong there. But in the first match, they actually won up against ROC, a very close game, 14 points to 12. Then they did lose to New Zealand, another close game, runaway win up against Kenya. United States in the quarterfinal, they were able to win it. And then they were just short of being able to beat France in that semi-final matchup. So not really too many miles away games for Great Britain, always making it close, other than that game up against Kenya, which could be the case in this one as well. So we will have to wait and see whether or not the Fijian power can go up against the speed and the pace of Great Britain. But then Fiji, they have got some very pacey ladies as well. That is why New Zealand weren't able to break that line as much as they would have liked to. They just couldn't outrun them. Even the likes of Michaela Blythe, still wasn't quite able to. Now, once again, it is going to be the support robot putting that one down almost on the halfway line. Still not quite getting it perfect yet, but maybe it is saving it for the final. You need a Mako emoji as well, says Sam. Maybe could be coming in the future. And Kiwi Man, greetings from South Africa, says Chris. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And New Zealand for the gold, France for the silver, and Great Britain for the bronze. Sebastian's prediction here. We want big hits for Jasmine Joyce, as well, says Escaroy. I mean, if you can shut her down early and kind of just completely shut out that pace that she's got, because as soon as you give her about a meter of a head start, she is going to the try line. So you got to make sure you can shut her down as early as they can, like they did up against Blythe for New Zealand. That was working very well for them. So they need to make sure that they can do it again here. But once again, we are going to have the officials, the Portuguese, as the referee for this one. The head referee, Paulo Duarte, I believe is the pronunciation there. And also we have got Let's Go Fiji, says Paulie B. They are fired up here. And tell you what, that looks like that is relatively painful there. Nagasal, she has got a hyper strapping on the side of her face. Also maybe rocking a black eye at this stage. But Abby Brown, she is always smiling. She is hoping that she can help lead her side to a bronze medal here. Didn't see the Ferns live because no coverage, but Jesus, that was close. Trying to find footage is like looking for a needle in the haystack. Can't find the full game. Extra time though, as well as crypto is key. My best bet for that, hopefully they will do it on the either All Blacks YouTube channel or maybe the Sky Sport NZ, I think is the other option, but I'm not sure whether or not they have actually uploaded it yet. So the starting lineup for Great Britain is going to be Joyce, Abby Brown, Deborah Fleming. Tell you what, they don't put that up for very long. We'll quickly get that back up so that we can see exactly who they've got. They've also got Alex Matthews, Meg Jones as the co-captain with Abby Brown, Hutchinson, and then it is going to be Roland starting this one again. Looking at Fiji's, they are going to go with Silikoviti, also Donu Nagasau, the captain, Alunasau, also Riwai, Nikothi, and then it is going to be, I believe that was Naimasi, also starting. So a very strong Fijian side starting this one as well in this competition for a bronze medal as well. So there is a lot on the line here. Can't wait to watch Blythe in the final as well. Says Tesla, they are taking the knee once again here. Great Britain, they have stayed consistent with that throughout the whole competition for the men's and the women's. Hope Fiji get another medal, says Paulie B as well. And yeah, if they do play well in this game, they will certainly be making their way onto that podium. Won't be the gold for the women, but it could certainly be the bronze. But now at this stage, 5 seconds away from this game getting underway between these two sides for the bronze medal of the Olympics Sevens for the woman. Kicking it off here, Roland, kicking it high as well, going short, going to be taken very nicely here. I believe that was by Nikothi, who was very dangerous in the last match. But now Naimasi trying to look for the offload, able to find it as well. Going into the hands. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a race between the number ones here. Jasmine Joyce trying to catch her, and it's a beautiful tackle on Silikoviti. Straight back to her feet, not quite able to get that ball though. And Great Britain trying to steal that one. Almost a little knock on there from Jasmine Joyce. And now it is going to be a Fijian scrum just inside of the 22 of Great Britain. What a start for them there. And we have also got just a question, please. Shouldn't the join button appear near the subscribe button? I can't find it anywhere, says Sebastian. I think it depends whether you're on mobile or also on computer, because I think it actually only comes up on computer. I think maybe. I'm not sure whether or not. I think that link is actually the one that would take you to the channel memberships page, but I think it will take you onto Safari or a new tab, depending on what device you are on. But now it is going to be off the back here, Riwai. Is that now looking like, oh, it's a beautiful offload. I couldn't say that I just saved myself, but it is going to be Nikothi scoring the first try for Fiji. I believe the pass on there may have been by Liku Thevu, I think, on my mobile as well, says Sebastian. Yes, so I believe that link is the only way to do it through mobile, if I'm not wrong. But that is a brilliant try, a brilliant start for Fiji in this one. Have been all dominance early on and a beautiful offload into the hands of Nikothi, and she has been scoring a lot of tries recently for Fiji. Are they going to get the drop kick, though? That is something that they'll need to make sure that they can do in this match up against the UK, or Great Britain, I should say. But Nikothi, I believe she scored 1 or 2 in the match up against New Zealand as well. So she is well and truly ramping up the amount of tries that she has scored. That one has gone over. So the score is going to be 7-0 now for Fiji. We have what's got in there. In the chat, thanks for reminding me of the stream as well, says Marco Vodapolivia. Greetings all as well. Welcome in, mate. And also someone said Hamish should get a Marco emoji. They did indeed. And also we have got there, Marco, let's go. And at this stage now taken nicely by Abby Brown, the co-captain, running hard at the line. And she has been dragged down straight on the ball. Was one of the Fijian players, but it is going to be a penalty there. I believe it was side entry as the call from the Portuguese referee in this matchup. And Abby Brown trying to decide what they are going to be doing. Does she take the quick tap here? They're kicking for the touchline. Roland now making sure that this one goes out, going for a lot of distance. And it's a brilliant kick from Roland there. And we have also got one of those me as an emoji. My life is complete as well, says Marco Vodapolivia. And also we have got in there Fiji already try, says Davida. They did indeed early on in this one. And Great Britain need to make sure they are the next team to score. But we have seen in this competition, and also the men's, 21-0 up doesn't mean you win a game. There have been 2 occasions where the team who have been 21-0 up have lost 26-21. Taken nicely in the line out by Brown inside of the 22 now. And it's going to be Aitchison going back out to Meg Jones now. And straight away, they've got Jasmine Joyce on the outside if they decide to give it to them. They do it. It's gone into touch there. And it does now mean that it is going to be a line out for Great Britain, and that's going to be exciting. Jasmine Joyce versus Nikothi, both have pace to burn out on that wing. And unfortunately, in this situation, they just shut her down too much there. Roland, went just a little bit too far, which just didn't give Jasmine Joyce the space that she normally needs. We have also got a why did NRL get cancelled? I believe it is because of the COVID cases ramping up in Queensland, so they had to cancel a few of the games. I know that the Warriors actually got to play, and they actually won the Warriors as well, which was very nicely done. Fiji just holding up the line out there, 10 minutes out from their own line now. Riwai offloads it backwards. That's going to be a huge amount of pressure. She's gone back into her own in goal, and they are getting very close to going dead. That's going to be a 5-meter scrum now for Great Britain. Very good pressure from them there. We said when New Zealand lose to Fiji. Boys, I didn't really get too involved in terms of emotionally attached to the team, I guess you could say. It was just one of those situations. Fiji, they're the best team in the world, and they played like the best team in the world in that final. So I feel like you can't really be mad or sad about it. New Zealand still getting the silver, which is an incredible achievement, and we've got at least the silver for the women's as well. So it is a very awesome toss of Eti in the chat from Kushao, and also we have got them. We can all spam the Marco emoji as well, and we have got, yes, I have many enemies. You do indeed, Marco. I think you've got at least 5 that come to mind just off the top of my head, but Meg Jones getting that ball now. It's an awkward one off the scrum for Great Britain, straight on the ball, but Fiji once again giving away the penalty, just the hands going down when she was contesting. And that is something that Fiji, they were penalised many times in the second half of that matchup against New Zealand. 2 minutes 20 left in this first half as well. And once again, Great Britain going to be kicking this one for the corner. Fiji is the king at Rugby Sevens as well. Says Davida, they are indeed. And all these women drink kava from teenage years. Says Isgaro, and also New South Wales all the way up to Noosa in a lockdown. Yeah, at this stage, a lot of Australia going into lockdowns, which is not good to see. I see it at this stage. The Bledisloe Cup and Rugby Championship are still meant to go ahead, but we may have to wait and see a little bit closer to the date. But there's a game this weekend, which is going to be exciting. Abby Brown taking that one nicely, and she goes short side instead, which caught Fiji slightly off guard. And it's going to be another penalty against Fiji for offside. And at this stage now, they are in a bit of trouble. Aitchison goes back, gives it to Jones. She's got woman on the outside, decides to take on the step herself, offloads it to Matthews now, rushing up defence there from Fiji, and it's going to be bouncing around, goes into the hands beautifully though. But it is going to be a penalty. And I believe it was Roland who just came in through the side of that ruck, I believe. But at this stage now, Fiji going to be relieving a bit of the pressure. It looks like they're going to take the quick tap. And maybe they should have been looking to kick this one for touch instead. But Ahunasal wants to keep this one going. And Fiji now 10 metres out from their line, going to have another attacking opportunity. But first have to escape the 22. Going out wide now. Beautiful offload. That's a great one indeed. And now they're not going to be catching her once again. And Nkothi. Is it going to be Jasmine Joyce? She might be able to catch her. She's gunning her down. She's going to run all the way, but to no avail. And it's going to be a second try of the match now for Fijiana. That should be a nice, easy kick as well. Running down the time in the first half. 45 seconds left at this stage. And Fiji going to be leading this match 14-0. Let's go, Fiji, says Bleach, and Great Britain are overpowered. They kind of suck as well. No offense to supporters, but 3 countries and 1 team. As I said, Tesla, and this would be the 4th place for the British ladies in back-to-back Olympics. Painful stuff for them as well. Yes, so close, yet so far away from that medal. Jasmine Joyce so close to the foot race, but Nkothi just too much pace there. And because of it, she goes all the way. Second try of the match as well for her. Get that bronze as well, says Tesla. For Let's Go Fiji. Going to be taken quickly there for the conversion, and now it's going to be 14-0 with 10 seconds left. Nkothi so far in this competition, 4 tries, I believe. 3 of those 4 have come in the last 2 games. Is that halftime, says Paul? Not quite. We've got 2 seconds left. So once this ball goes out or anything like that, or we have a knock on, which that was close to 1. And I believe now it's going to be Fiji's ball once again. And they are going to be trying to step through the gap here. Another offload. And that is one thing that the Fijiana side do very well. Little knock on though, which is also something that they won't want to be doing well throughout this match. It's going to be now in the hands of the number 7. That one's been knocked down once again. They have still got the chance here for Great Britain. It's going to be Meg Jones on the outside now, running out of space here, but she's going to be running straight back across here, Kwanzaa. And she is trying to make a few meters. I believe that was actually Deborah Fleming who did have a run there. Fiji trying to counter-ruck, and it is going to be a penalty now. Taking the quick tap, it is Abby Brown with a beautiful step as well on the outside. She's offloaded on the inside now, and it is going to be Urin who is going back. Oh, it was almost a hospital pass on the halfway line, but Great Britain still have this one, and now it's opening up a bit of space. Soon as you get this one out to Meg Joyce, it could be try time. It's going to be a draw and pass. Gives it out to Joyce, but once again, just didn't give her enough space to be able to do what she does best. Nkothi now trying to counteract, not quite able to. Now it's going to be Urin playing halfback now. Not the best pass over the top of Great Britain, but now it's going to be Meg Jones with a great step. Lines it up as well. Aitchison, they've got the advantage through their hands, but they are going to be going back for the penalty. We have been going for 1 minute and a bit past half time. So that is one thing when you're playing in 30-degree temperature. That is not what you're going to be wanting. We have also got in there, well, I thought the only our men's team could do their offload as well. Says Escar, I tell you what, Fiji are just insane with their offloading game. And it's one of those ones that catches out a lot of defense because of the fact that, you just can't keep up with it. They just keep going. It's going to be a scrum here for Great Britain. Like I mentioned, 30 degrees at the moment and humidity of 55%. So it's going to be very hard. They're going to be digging in the hard yards in the later stages of this first half, and then they've got another half to come, which could decide who gets this bronze medal, depending on the set play as well. It will be Great Britain. Are you going to watch the Rugby League World Cup, says Davida? I know that New Zealand and Australia have actually pulled out of that, if I'm not wrong. So unfortunately, I probably won't actually know too many other players. It's going to be another penalty, and that is about the 6th penalty inside of the 22. Gives it to Meg Jones one-on-one, and she scored the try here. And Great Britain getting themselves on the score sheet before the end of the first half. We'll add that one to the list. I will give it a 5 at this stage, but we will be updating it to 7 perhaps very soon if they can get this kick. My game got canned because it is a 3-day lockdown as well. Says More Cake Alert. It's only 3 days as well. So hopefully it does only take the 3 days and then they are able to get everything back to the way that it was going. But yeah, it's not looking too good at the moment. Bring home girls as well. Says Saki Usa. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also some gymnastics dude got the bronze for New Zealand not so long ago. Yeah, it was trampolining, I believe, and he did very well. Got the bronze. He was in silver position, but then in the end, it did end up going to the Belarus. Going to Belarus, I think, may have been the one who took the silver. How long in the final, says Gabe Grace, or how long till the final? I assume that is, and the final is going to be kicking off at 9 p.m. New Zealand time, so around 19 minutes till New Zealand play France to see who gets that goal. We also got Great Britain 70+ million full of, oh no, can't read the rest of that one. And we have got Nikothi as like our teams are Tuimama as well. Yeah, tell you what, she has been playing absolutely incredibly throughout the last couple of games. Where's Henry Samuel, says Moke? That is a good question. I haven't actually seen him in the last couple of games. And also we have got 14-5 at halftime, says Bleach. It is indeed. So 7 minutes left. They have got the cold towels out there at the moment. And at this stage, they are going to need them. 30 degrees is not an easy temperature to play rugby, and definitely not with the humidity factor. But it looks like the sun is almost shining there in Japan, which makes it even worse for the heat. But also don't forget that Fiji women are built differently to UK women as well, says Drift. Want to beat 10, and also West Julie plays in the chat. And also we have got in there, I can do a flip on the trampoline. I don't think I ever actually mustered up the courage to try a flip on a trampoline. I feel like I always just did the high jumping, and then that was about it, because of the fact that our trampoline, it didn't actually have too much of the protection at times around the edges, and it was only a thin, like, kind of polystyrene, or not polystyrene, but that kind of foamy matting. So I feel like I wouldn't have stopped too much. I went in my freezing pool as well, says Morgan, and also 10 in the chat from Isaac Williams. Of course, it is one of the new emojis that we have got for the channel. Anyone who does want access to the emojis in the chat, be sure to become a channel member. It does help us out. But at this stage now, second half about to get underway. Who will win? But he says Avil, sorry. I'm not sure. I feel like to have a 14-0 lead at halftime, I would have said Fiji, but Great Britain were able to score that last try. So now I'm slightly thinking that they may have a little bit more gas left in the tank. But of course, Fiji, all it takes is one clean break, a couple offloads, and they are going to be able to score it as this game on Sky. It is on Sky New Zealand. It is on Channel 3, Tokyo 3, that is, sorry, for that one. Let's go, girls, as well, says Sawani. But at this stage now, it is going to be kicked off by Fiji. Riwai is going to be getting us back underway for the second half. 7 minutes left to determine who is going to be getting the bronze medal at the Tokyo Olympics for the women's sevens. Going to be kicking off high here by the looks of it. Trying to put it just past the 10. Going to be almost taken by Brown, but it's bouncing back by Riwai. Unfortunately, knocking it on for Fiji. And now it's going to be Meg Jones piercing the gap up the middle, looking for the offload. But Fiji were marking it very nicely, not allowing it. But now they have got the option on the outside of going to Fleming. Almost a fumble, but she has been able to take it. But Fiji, in that game up against New Zealand, they were just shutting down the attack. So that is what they're going to have to do in the second half. They have got options on the outside here. It's going to be now Abby Brown. White ball out into the hands of Uren, who is going to be trying to pierce the gap. But she is going to be held up there by Nikothi, who looks like she's going to be playing the full match at this stage. Fiji just trying to rip that ball away from her in the breakdown Uren, but she was able to keep a hold on it. Now it's going to be going back now once again. That was a big hit from Fiji there. And straight on the ball was the Fijian, and she wins it. And it was going to be Donu who was able to do so. Last 7 minutes, empty your tank, girls, as well. Says Sakausa as well. And also you can watch the New Zealand versus France at 9 p.m. live on Channel 1. That is true. If you are in New Zealand, TVNZ on demand as well does have it for us Kiwis. And it's going to be interesting to see who can get the win in that one. We know the major upset was Australia for their ladies tournament. Who do you think it was for the gentlemen, maybe South Africa. Yeah, I know they were missing a few of their players, South Africa, but I would say Ireland, actually, for me, surprisingly, finished 10th. I know a lot of people were actually backing them to be able to finish maybe in that top 6, but it just didn't quite go their way, Ireland. They went with a pacey side, which I feel like at the time it seemed like a good idea, but then out there, it just didn't quite work out for them, unfortunately. But now they're going to be making a few subs by the looks of it. Aitchison, she has been playing well in this game, but she is going to be taken off the field by the looks of it. I remember Jasmine Joyce also didn't look like she started the second half. And we have Oscar, have you had to stock up on chocolate muffins and donuts? That sounds pretty good. As well, not sure Paul coverage sucks for this Olympics as well. Says Drift Wannabe. That's the thing. A lot of people have been asking where to watch the games for free. And I think we are a little bit spoiled with the option of TV1 here in New Zealand. Also, 7 Now in Australia has all of the sports. And also they are all for free, I believe. If I'm not wrong, Fijiana drink the cover and super energetic as well. Says Marco Vunapolo, but it's a little knock on. So now it's going to be a scrum for Fijiana. And they are going to be about 30 metres out from their own line here. Still 9 points up at this stage. Bumfa in the chat from Marco Vunapolo. And also second half time for the big hits as well, says Iska Roy. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to be coming. One thing that can absolutely drain the gas tank is when you get a Fijian just flying at your ribcage. It does end up taking all the wind out of you. And that is exactly what Fiji want to do. They do want to take the wind out of the sails of Great Britain. And this is one way to do it, Riwai, with a bit of a step around, almost able to pierce the gap on the halfway line. Now it's going to be Nkothi once again. And she has been very prominent throughout this game for Fiji. Back across field now, it's going to be Donu. Wide ball now. And it's going to be in the hands of the number one, which in this one is Salakoveti. But she is going to be tackled, looking for the offload, decides against it once again on the halfway line. Fijiana going to be driving forward once again here. Going back across, it's a loopy ball. It's a knock on as well, but they're going back for a penalty for, I believe it is offside against Great Britain. So a little bit of luck there for Fiji with that advantage still running. Going to be taken quickly by Donu by the looks of it. Yes, it is. And they are going to keep at a frantic pace in this game. Fiji, they are back in their stamina in this one. Sounds a bit of a dummy there. Was the captain, Nagasal there. We'll read the chat in a very short moment. I do appreciate you all being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Fiji on the halfway line now, piercing the gap. Oh, beautiful offload as well. And it's going to be in the hands of the number 6 once again. It is going to be Aluna Sau. And that could be the match for Fiji there, scoring with 4 minutes left. She looks exhausted, but she had just enough left to be able to score that try for Fiji. And it was very nicely done indeed. Once again, that offload game of Fiji is just phenomenal. And it is one that not too many teams have been able to counter throughout this competition. Beautiful offload. And then from there, it's just too much pace for Aluna Sau. And she goes all the way and scores it for Fiji. If Fiji score next, they will seal the match, says Avil. And I think that was moments before that try as well. And no says Drift Wannabe try in the chat from Tesla. And also we have got in there, I'm Irish. We got a tough group who would have been interesting if we qualified as a third place team as well, says Paul. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Ireland, they didn't get to play some of the sides that I think a lot of people were looking forward to seeing them play because of that pace game. And we have got there, the blonde on the wing. I think she is faster than me, so it's Karoi. I'm not sure which wing we are talking about. It's either going to be Nkothi or maybe, I'm not sure. It hasn't gone 10 there from Fiji, though. So possibly a chance for Great Britain once again. 3 minutes left in this one. And they are going to have to make sure that they score the next one straight away. We have also got, do your neighbours know you have a YouTube channel, Hamish? Curious to know how they approach you. Do they call you the name other than Hamish and Kiwi Lads, the rugby commentator guy? I don't actually know whether or not they know that we have our YouTube channel. But luckily for us, I mean, our walls, they're a little bit thick, hopefully, so they don't hear too much of us. I know that when me and George used to do our gaming videos, they could hear every word of it probably, and they would have been very confused. But yeah, it probably just sounds like I'm talking to myself or I'm on a phone call or something throughout these whole ones. But now it is going to be a penalty to Great Britain. Still 2.5 minutes left in this one. 2 minutes 15 to be exact. Now it's going to be Kwanzaa going back here down the wing. She's going to be shut off. A beautiful step there. Wasn't quite able to find the offload that she would have needed to Meg Jones. And now 25 metres out, Great Britain. They need to score, and they need to score it now. It's going to be going out the back line once again into the hands of Uren, who is trying to step. She's been shut down, though, and just wrestled to the ground by Fijiana. Going back across there once again, Abby Brown. They've got the advantage here. Little offload out the back to Meg Jones, and they are going to be going back to take the advantage. And she's taking the quick tap there, Meg Jones. She's been in the ears back, and she is going all the way. And she scores the try there for Great Britain. There is still a little glimmer of hope here for Great Britain if they do take this kick quickly and score again. If they do somehow come back from 21-0 down, or sorry, 21-7 down, one of the Fijian players has stayed down as well, which is not good news. Come on, Great Britain as well, says Riff Wannabe. You can't see the difference when playing who is who, as well, says Eskaroi. It is tough. Some of the numbers as well, the lighting, I think, has been going against me a little bit in terms of the numbers on the back of the shirts, and also because of the fact I struggle to pronounce some of the Fijian names, unfortunately. So I do have to kind of have a double take to make sure that I do call them by the right names. We have got Whoop, says Drift Wannabe, and also we have got in there all those girls play touch, rugby touch with the boys in their neighborhood, and then drink cover after that as well, says Eskaroi. At this stage, 1 minute 9 left. There are a few drinks being run out onto the field, I believe, at this stage. And the big question is, who is going to be taking this one or taking this win? If they can score once again here, Great Britain, they will be in a very good position to be able to go on to maybe steal it at the death of this match, but only 1 minute 9. They need to make sure they score off kickoff. Let's not so Great Britain, or let's go not so Great Britain. As I says Marco Vunapolo and go Fiji, says MH Shoy. But at this stage now, we are getting relatively close to the next game kicking off as well, which is going to be the final. New Zealand taking on France. And that one's going to be a short kick. Can it be taken here? And it is going to be claimed by Great Britain now. And Abby Brown, she doesn't seem to have as much acceleration as she possibly would like down that wing. But now 55 seconds left. Like they are saying, Fiji need to make sure that their discipline is on point. It's a good run there for Smith, but she is going to be dragged down 40 metres out, almost stolen by Fiji there, making a nuisance of themselves in the breakdown. It has worked, and they have been able to steal it here, Fiji, and now from here it's gone through their hands. And because of it now, it has gone backwards, but it's back on the side now of Great Britain. Smith with the offload on the outside. Awkward bouncing one. Awkward fall as well for Urim. But now it is going to be Fiji who do have the knock-on advantage. And I think they have just sealed the bronze medal right there, Fiji. Great Britain just getting too far behind too early in this match to be able to fight back. And we have also got in the chat from Leonora. Welcome into the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Also, Rusilia. Looks like Venom with that strap on her cheek. Vanaka captain as well. Yeah, she's been putting in a shift. And a lot of these players, Abby Brown's actually got the cotton bud up her nose as well. So both captains have been through a war here. And that is one thing that you know when playing Fiji. You're going to have a sore body after the match. And Fiji bringing that physicality throughout this whole competition, which has been what has led them to being able to get a bronze medal in the Rugby Sevens. That's a big push, though, from Great Britain, and they haven't finished giving up yet. It's going to be taken by Fiji. They're going to run it into touch here, and she's going to get tackled as well, which is an interesting one, but it is going to be the end of the game, and Fiji get the bronze medal. That means Great Britain are going to be finishing fourth in both the men's and the women's, like it was mentioned a little bit earlier on. But Fiji, what a performance in the sevens. Nothing but just absolute brilliance from the two sides. The Fijiana side, the Fiji men as well, gold medal, and also the bronze. Go Fiji, says Chris Sarah, and also congratulations, Fiji, for the bronze, says Tom. And also, how's it going, says BDG. It's going well, mate. And we are only moments away from the next match kicking off, and I know that is going to be a very good one. New Zealand taking on France. It's going to be hard to predict who is going to be winning that one, but what I am going to be doing now, quickly if I can, we are going to go like this, and we are going to not go like this. I did the wrong thing, but I am going to put a link in the chat so that you guys can follow straight over to the next live stream that we are going to be doing, and that is going to be the final between New Zealand and France, and it should be a very good matchup indeed, just like this one. Fiji digging deep in this game, Fijiana, and they were able to get that win, and it is a pretty awesome win for them indeed to be able to have a medal in both the men's and the women's. And what we will do is that is the link that will take you straight to the next one. Where's George? I cannot not you the next game. Can we see an end as well, says Brandon. At this stage, George is at I think he was going out tonight, so he didn't actually end up coming around for these live stream. But now we are going to be switching straight over to the next live stream. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. And we will be back extremely soon for our next live stream between France and New Zealand. But thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in just about 30 seconds time for our next live stream for the final